The rich tapestry of Slavic mythology is often overlooked, yet it holds a profound and fascinating connection to nature, life, death, and the cycles of the world. At the core of this ancient belief system are three powerful deities: Perun, Veles, and Mokosh. These gods and goddesses ruled the heavens, the earth, and the underworld, creating a delicate balance between order and chaos, life and death, and prosperity and decay. Join us as we journey into the mystical world of the Slavs, where thunderstorms roar, forests whisper with ancient secrets, and the spirits of nature weave their magic. Discover how Perun, Veles, and Mokosh shaped not only the spiritual lives of the Slavic people, but also the physical world around them. Perun, the thunder god, ruler of the skies. At the very top of the Slavic pantheon stood Perun, the mighty god of thunder, lightning, and war. His name, derived from the Old Slavic word for to strike, perfectly encapsulates his nature: powerful, fierce, and commanding. Perun was the protector of warriors, the embodiment of justice, and the enforcer of cosmic order. In the Slavic world, he was seen as the father of gods and men, a divine ruler who governed the heavens from the highest peak, often associated with tall mountains or oak trees, which were sacred to him. Perun's domain was the sky, and his weapon was the axe or hammer, similar to Thor's in Norse mythology. When he cast his lightning bolts down to earth, it was a sign of his wrath, often against his eternal rival, Veles, the god of the underworld. Perun's lightning was seen as purifying, and Slavic people believed that the thunderstorm was Perun's battle cry, as he waged war against the forces of chaos that threatened the natural order. One of the most intriguing aspects of Perun's mythology is his continual battle with Veles, a cosmic struggle that represented the duality of life, light and dark, order and chaos, sky and earth. The storm itself was viewed as the clash between these two great powers, with Perun striving to maintain cosmic balance. Veles, the god of the underworld and earth. In stark contrast to Perun's lofty domain was Veles, the god of the underworld, wealth, cattle, and magic. Veles was a shapeshifter, often taking the form of a serpent, dragon, or bear, symbolizing his connection to the earth, the forests, and the cycles of life and death. Where Perun represented order, Veles was the embodiment of chaos and transformation. Veles was the protector of the dead, the god who guided souls to the afterlife and watched over the fertility of the earth. He was revered by herders and farmers, as cattle were seen as a symbol of wealth in Slavic society. As the god of magic and the underworld, Veles also had a darker, more mysterious side. His power lay not in brute force like Perun, but in cunning, knowledge, and control over the unseen forces of nature. The rivalry between Perun and Veles was one of the most central themes in Slavic mythology. Veles, always seeking to disrupt Perun's rule, would steal cattle or provoke chaos, forcing Perun to strike him down with lightning. This mythological conflict symbolized the constant tension between life and death, creation and destruction, with both gods playing crucial roles in maintaining the cosmic balance. Veles's place in the underworld didn't make him evil, but rather necessary, a reminder that life cannot exist without death, and chaos without order. Mokosh, the Great Mother, goddess of fertility and fate. While Perun and Veles represented the sky and the underworld, Mokosh stood as the embodiment of the earth itself. She was the Great Mother, the goddess of fertility, women, childbirth, and weaving. Mokosh was a protector of the home and hearth, closely connected to the cycles of nature and life. Her name is thought to derive from an old Slavic word for moisture, which aligns her with the nurturing aspects of water and fertility. Mokosh was deeply revered by Slavic women as she oversaw domestic life, marriage, and motherhood. In her hands lay the threads of fate, which she spun and wove into the tapestry of life. As a goddess of fate, she determined the destiny of individuals and was often invoked during childbirth and other important life events. Mokosh's role was one of sustenance and protection, embodying the nurturing and life-giving aspects of nature. She was often seen as a counterbalance to the more destructive forces represented by Perun and Veles. Where Perun's thunder and lightning brought rain, Mokosh ensured that the earth would be fertile and prosperous. Together, these forces ensured the cyclical nature of life, the seasons, the harvests, and the human experience. The eternal balance, order, chaos, and life. The interplay between Perun, Veles, and Mokosh formed the basis of Slavic cosmology. Perun's thunderous rule over the sky ensured justice and order, while Veles's serpentine wisdom governed the dark, mysterious forces of the underworld. Mokosh, as the goddess of the earth and fertility, bridged the gap between these realms, ensuring the continuation of life and the balance of nature. In Slavic mythology, there was no clear delineation between good and evil. Instead, the gods represented the natural forces that both created and destroyed. Perun and Veles's rivalry wasn't just a struggle for power, it was a necessary dance of opposites. Without Veles's chaos, there could be no growth or change, and without Perun's order, the world would fall into anarchy. Similarly, Mokosh's fertility and protection allowed for life to flourish, but she also held the power of fate, reminding mortals that death and decay are an inevitable part of life's cycle. Legacy of the Slavic Trinity. The stories of Perun, Veles, and Mokosh are more than just ancient myths. They reveal the Slavic people's deep connection to the natural world and their understanding of life's cyclical nature. These gods and their myths shaped the everyday lives of the Slavs, influencing their rituals, their festivals, and their understanding of the universe. Even today, echoes of these ancient deities remain in Slavic culture. Perun's oak trees, Veles's serpents, and Mokosh's spinning wheels can be found in folklore, art, and customs. These gods may no longer be worshipped in the way they once were, but their stories continue to remind us of the eternal balance between life and death, order and chaos, and the interconnectedness of all things. As we explore the ancient world of the Slavs, we are invited to reflect on our own place in the cosmos. Can we, like Perun, uphold justice and protect the order of our lives? Can we, like Veles, embrace change and transformation even when it leads us into the unknown? And can we, like Mokosh, nurture life and recognize the threads of fate that weave through our existence? In the end, the stories of Perun, Veles, and Mokosh teach us that life is a delicate balance, a dance between forces that are both opposing and complementary, creating a world where every storm, every harvest, and every life is part of an eternal cycle. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an adventure with us.